Woj, you first reported on this coaching change last night, and it took until today for the Lakers to formally notify Frank of that decision. Can you just shed some light on what sort of happened there behind the scenes? What more can you tell us?
Well, as we reported last night, Ramona, that the decision had been made to move on from Frank Vogel, and it was a decision that was not made necessarily recently. They've known throughout the season, Ramona said it, they came close at a couple different points early, mid-season to dismissing Frank Vogel at that time, ultimately decided that they would let him finish the season. And I think part of it was, Jason Kidd had left that coaching staff, gone to the Dallas Mavericks. If he had still been in LA, he probably would have been the interim coach at one point. I think he assuredly would have been. But for the Lakers now, listen, they start this search for a new head coach, and they've got to look not just at who the head coach is, but what are they going to pay for assistant coaching salaries? They're not going to necessarily get a Hall of Fame caliber coach. You have to look at this as in the entirety of a staff. Are they going to spend for top-level assistant coaches? They're keeping right now the current staff on. You've got, David Fizdale, certainly former head coach in the league, a high-level assistant coach with this team. But how many of these guys do they keep with a new staff? Typically, a new coach is going to come in and bring, his own guys with him. But part of the appeal of the job is, are you going to pay for assistant coaches? Are you going to get high-level guys? Because it's not just about the head coach, the one individual at the top. This is a league where, as a group, teams are coached.
Absolutely.
Well, Perk, you got something you want to say, big fella?
Yeah. I want to ask Woj this. Like, when we talk about going, look for the other coaches. See, this is the problem that you have with the Lakers, right? When you talk about going get another head coach, are the Lakers going to tell this head coach who his assistants are? Because to me, when you look at a guy like Phil Handy, right, how can you let Phil Handy go when he's the best player development coach in the NBA, and his ties with LeBron James, his history that he had with LeBron James. So that's the thing that's so confusing about this whole situation as in this whole is that, what direction are they really going to go in? You just can't do it. My question is to you, Woj, so what they going to do, for us with the assistants?
Well, I think you take it on a case-by-case basis, Perk. And, someone like Phil Handy, who has a strong relationship, strong working history with LeBron James in Cleveland, in L.A., if LeBron James and your star players want a coach to stay on the staff, very often he's going to stay. If that assistant wants to be there, the new head coach is going to know that. That's part of taking the Lakers' job. That happens in other places. And listen, the Lakers are not the only organization in basketball who wants to have a voice and who a head coach's staff is. Typically, it's a two-way conversation. The new coach and the front office, they're going to discuss candidates. They're both going to have to agree on them. That's different than having staff dictated to you. And when they hired Frank Vogel, he didn't have leverage. He was out of work. He had been fired in Orlando with a losing record in Orlando, different than his time in Indiana. He didn't come in with the ability to really make demands on the Lakers. Ty Lue and Monty Williams were in a much different place when they interviewed with the Lakers. They both turned the job down. This time, if the Lakers are going to get a high-end coach, someone with stature, he or she's going to have a significant voice in what it looks like, or that coach will simply move on.
Woj, thank you. I do want to say that Rob Pelinka, while we've been chatting, has mentioned that they aim to have a new head coach in place by the NBA draft. So that is in late June. And I also want to add that Rob Pelinka said, at the end of the day, quote, the roster decisions, they ultimately rest on my shoulders. I'm the one who leads the basketball operations department and will take ultimate responsibility.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.